one was absolute cinema, from Spitgate all the way to us comparing Danny Dimes to Peyton Manning. And one thing is inevitable every year, ladies and gentlemen, that is becoming apparent. Ravens fans, I'm sorry. Josh Allen is your daddy. Josh Allen absolutely owns Lamar Jackson. These are our NFL Week 2 power rankings. Starting at number 10, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the bait show. Mr. Baker Mayfield marching in the enemy territory against the Atlanta Falcons, down Chris Godwin, a wide receiver core consisting of Hall of Famer Mike Evans, journeyman Sterling Shepard, and rookie Emeka Egbuka, who went out there and inserted his dominance on that Falcons defense, and they marched into Atlanta, and they put absolute belt to ass on the Falcons, a Falcons team who have rejuvenated their defense, rejuvenated their offense. Rookie, sophomore, my bad, Michael Penix at the helm of that team, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers march in there and get the job done, cracking our top 10 for the first time this year. At number 9, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, a team I think we all thought were going to go about 8-9, potentially 9-8. A team that we thought could potentially make the wild card, inserted themselves into the talk. Can they win this division, especially after the way the Ravens toppled against the Bills? Aaron Rodgers looks amazing. First time back at MetLife Stadium, putting absolute belt, showing the Jets organization. Maybe you shouldn't have given up on me too quick. And when I say DK was out there hooping, Jalen Ramsey making my favorite defensive play of the week, to be fair. My favorite defensive play of the week, the way he rolled down on Garrett Wilson on 4th and 3, laying the boom and jarring the ball loose, winning the Steelers the game. This defense looks great. They're looking like they're getting better. I believe they just signed Jabril Peppers. The offense looks good, and this team is trending to be a force in the division when we were kind of concerned about him at first. But Aaron Rodgers, as long as he stays healthy, is back, ladies and gentlemen. At number 8, we have the LA Rams. Now, concerns came out earlier in the year, the year just started. Earlier in the preseason, all the way up to week 1, is Matthew Stafford going to be ready to go? Is the back injury going to hinder him? Well, Matthew Stafford went out there against a very tough Texans team, ladies and gentlemen, a team that has some hitters on the defense, Azeez Al-Shaair and dogs like that. Went out there against the Texans, got it done, got a massive dub, especially Puka going out a little early, but he found his targets. They went out there and they got a hard-fought victory. At number 7, we have the Washington Commanders. Everyone wanted to sleep on Deebo. Everyone thought Deebo Samuel was done. He came out and showed you, if you just don't put the entire workload on me, if you put some guys around me, they're going to help me get open. If you give us a run game, which they kind of had all that in the 49ers franchise, but the 49ers gave up on him. And Deebo took that personal, went out there, got him a tud. Jaden Daniels looking like he's staying on pace to be a great quarterback. Scary Terry, kind of non-existent, but they went out there. And the good thing about that is, Scary Terry non-existent, what we can see is they can still win the game. And can we talk about Bill? My boy Bill out there running the rock, looking like a true running back. The Commanders go out there. They did fall on our list one spot to number 7. I think they were number 6 last week. They fell because they beat the Giants. I was impressed, but it's the Giants. It is what it is. And these next few teams that are in front of them are more deserving, I think, of these spots than they were. At number 6, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. Travis Kelce is back, and his team just can't really stay healthy. We have Xavier Worthy already out hurt. They played a masterful Chargers team, but something about Kansas City seemed different. Kansas City has always been known for, they're going to go out there and they're going to execute the play, and there were plays where they just didn't execute, and that is very, very concerning for the Kansas City Chiefs. Example, at the end of the game, Chris Jones supposed to be containing on the outside, right? Supposed to contain Justin Herbert. He sees a quick route in, pushing Justin Herbert out of the pocket for the first down to lose the game. A perfectly executing Kansas City Chiefs. That's not going to happen. I am concerned for this team as they move forward. At number 5, the Green Bay Packers. Cowboys fans, how you doing? Micah Parsons with a sack in his debut on the Green Bay Packers against the little baby Lions. And don't get it twisted, Jordan Love out there absolutely cooking, picking up where he left off. I love how this man can get the ball to anyone he wants to. And I can't decide if it's because the Lions were garbage or if the Packers just look this good. But if they can keep consistent with the wide receiver core and Josh Jacobs can keep absolutely pounding that rock, there are going to be amazing things ahead for this Packers team, potentially winning the division this year. At number 4, the Baltimore Ravens. Now, I'm not going to fault them too much. That game was absolutely ridiculous. One of the best comebacks we've ever witnessed, and potentially one of the luckiest comebacks we've ever witnessed. Keon Coleman doesn't catch that tip touchdown in the back of the end zone. Derrick Henry doesn't fumble the ball. There's just so many factors there. So we're not going to penalize the Ravens too much. Josh Allen does own Baltimore. That is the headlines we're going with right now. King Henry played amazing. Zay Flowers played amazing. And Lamar Jackson showed you why he's a multiple-time MVP. They did just come up short against the Bills team that it's odd that they won. It's not odd they won because, like I said, they absolutely own the Baltimore Ravens. But it's just crazy they won that game because their team on paper is nowhere near as good as the Baltimore Ravens. Personally, that's my opinion. Baltimore Ravens at number 4. At number 3, we have speaking of Buffalo Bills, the Buffalo Bills looking like they can outscore anyone. And on the back of Josh Allen, James Cook doesn't get enough love. He made some absolute amazing plays. Keon Coleman made an amazing play. Dalton Kincaid made an amazing play. It's kind of looking like, you know how the big thing with the Chiefs was go out. You don't got to be the playmaker. Just go out and make a play when we need you to make a play. That is how the Buffalo Bills are operating. I don't need Dalton Kincaid to go out there and be the best tight end in the league. I don't need Keon Coleman to go out there and be the best wide receiver in the league. I don't need James Cook to go out there and be the best running back in the league. I need you to go out there and when the opportunity presents itself, make a play. That's all we can ask for. The Bills just look like they're meshing. On the back of Josh Allen, anything is possible for this team this year. We have the Bills at number 3. At number 2, we have the LA Chargers in Rio de Janeiro putting belt on the Kansas City Chiefs. Why this Charger team is scary. They were running a lot last year. They looked like a run-first offense, and they come out here, and they don't run the ball as much. You know what they do? They put on an absolute passing clinic against the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm talking everyone getting some love from 39-year-old Keenan Allen. Don't know if that's how old he actually is, but from older Keenan Allen all the way to Ladd McConkey, all the way to Quentin Johnson, who we thought couldn't catch a football. This man, Justin Herbert, was out there dealing, and it's looking like Justin Herbert's finally coming to. Justin Herbert's starting to look like the guy we all thought he was going to turn into. He's out there dealing, making the right decisions, and making the plays he needs to make. And then, ladies and gentlemen, if the pass game just for some reason can't get going, that run game can get going. They got some dogs back there in the backfield with Hampton. They got Najee Harris. This team is poised for greatness, and not just the offense. The defense was firing on all cylinders too, hitting people in their mouth, hitting the Kansas City Chiefs in their mouth, making plays. And at number 1, can we get a drum roll, ladies and gentlemen? Some kind of off-brand drum roll. The Philadelphia Eagles. Now, they didn't look amazing against the Dallas Cowboys, but my philosophy for number 1 in the power rankings, we did it last year, we're going to do it this year. To be the best, you have to beat the best. Until someone beats the Philadelphia Eagles, they are the reigning, defending Super Bowl champions. They will not be dethroned until they get beat. The run game is there. The passing wasn't great week 1. The Dallas Cowboys, I think, came out with a chip on their shoulder and hit them in the mouth a little bit harder than they thought they were going to. They're going to be okay. The run game looks absolutely immaculate. When you get the pass game going, and the defense is out there eating too. They had a few setbacks. Maybe the Cowboys' run defense doesn't look that good or run offense doesn't look that good without Spitgate occurring, without Jalen Carter, an absolute dog, being off the field before the first snap of the game. That being said, the Eagles are our number one team. And it's time for our recap from week 1 to week 2. We have week 1, Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, Chargers, Commanders, Seahawks, Green Bay, LA, Detroit, and you see the differences, ladies and gentlemen. Out to the right, we have how many teams moved up, how many teams moved down, and if you have a NR next to your team, that means you were non-ranked last week. These are our week 2 official Any Given Monday power rankings. Let me know who you think is too high. Let me know who you think is too low. Let me know who should be in and who should be out down in the comments. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, like and follow.